You want to learn why something doesn't work. I'd rather know why I failed than to be ignorant of my success. Because if you don't learn like why something don't work, and let's just say you make $10 million tomorrow, you never know how you made that $10 million. You never gonna be able to make $10 million again because you don't know how you got it. But let's just say you lose $10 million, I bet you'll never lose it again. Like, cause you gonna learn. Why the hell did I lose it? You get what I'm trying to say? So never tell yourself that it's like not working. Always ask yourself, how can I make it work? And then that's when you're gonna start to figure out those things that you need to do to make something work in your business.
Before we get into all the gems, I need you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, run us up.
Hey, just make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, like Marlon said. Let us know, what did you guys learn from this video, all right? And look, for those of y'all that don't know William, all right, we actually did a video a while back. This was when we didn't even probably had 20,000 subscribers. All right, so this face is gonna be familiar, but for our new subscribers, we're gonna go ahead on and let William introduce himself and introduce his brand. All right, William?
Podcast number 2.
Podcast number 2. Let's get it. All right, let them know who you is.
Hey, I'm William Parker, CEO of Multiple Hustles. I started this journey 10 years ago. What Multiple Hustles is about my life. It's about these days and times, you can't be successful just off a 9 to 5.
Can you tell them like just a story about like, cause we come in this Multiple Hustles V2.
Yeah.
So kind of like share the story about you know, where you were to where you are now.
Yeah. So about a year ago, you know, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Keep it 100.
Yeah, I'll keep it 100. So, you know, about a year ago, by me being in the game for 10 years and me feeling like ain't nothing really moving, and then like, you know, things happening on the back end with the brand and stuff like that. To be honest, I fell out of love with Multiple Hustles. I just didn't even have the love for it no more. But then January 25th, this year, my mom passed a couple of days before my birthday. So instead of me crashing out and giving up on life, I took that pain and put it into creating a revamp for Multiple Hustles.
Turned that pain into power.
Yeah. It's all type of crazy ideas and designs just started like coming to my head and stuff like that. And I was like, I gotta make my mama proud. So this time around, it's more personal. It's for my mom. I can't let my baby girl down. So on May 14th, Mother's Day, I dropped the first collection of the revamp, which is the butterfly collection, which I dedicated to my mom, getting her wings and flying away. So like this year, you're gonna see a lot more from Multiple Hustles. Foot on the gas, ain't no more letting up. Like I'm all the way in now, all the way in.
So William, I know you doing this revamp, and you said, hey guys, I need to get on the podcast. So
yes.
How can we help you? What questions you got for us?
Well, one thing that I've always struggled with was the Facebook ad situation. Trying to figure that out. Like I bought this program called a Hustle Seeker, tried to tap in, but that's like one of my biggest challenge that I run into still to this day, because it's like I get more sales like doing pop-ups and being hands-on and stuff like that, but I'll just be trying to figure out how can I get the sales on my website where I could just be constantly dropping out to the post office.
And I got a question for you, because it's not that you're not getting those online sales. It's about building a brand that keeps those online sales in. Because when you go to Amazon, you trust that your stuff gonna be there in 2 days. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be quality. All right. So I got a question for you. Have you this past month? Did you order anything new that from a brand you never heard of online?
Yeah, actually I have.
What brand was it?
Yeah. It's called In God I Flex.
And why did you buy it?
Cause I like the message behind this brand, and then I could tell just by looking, cause by me being in this industry, I could tell that he had like good quality, and that's what I'm big on. I'm big on quality and customer service. Like I have a loyal fan base, and I got customers that's always buying from me because they always tell me, I love the quality of your brand. I got customers that bought shirts like 8 years ago, and they'll still inbox me like my shirt still looks brand new. And then like my customer service, I'm big on customer service. So,
What about like anything else? Is that the only brand that you bought from?
yeah, that was the only.
And that
brand
was
I bought.
online you bought?
Yeah, online.
All right, I got a question. All right, what about how many new brands did you try in person?
None.
None. You ain't go to no new restaurants.
Oh,
Any business.
Oh,
Any business.
okay.
Any business.
Any new business.
Any
Yeah.
You think it was more than one?
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
I get you.
And mean you gotta get out there and you gotta get selling. And it's crazy because when you first said the Facebook ads, what I was gonna say is that if you ask anybody that's watching this video, like do they have multiple hustles or do they resonate with just the name multiple hustles? Everybody is probably 90% gonna say yes. So like what you gotta, the first thing that you said was the reason why you bought from that brand was because of the message. So I feel like you gotta embody your message a little bit more. You gotta figure out ways to get that message out to the world. Cause people, when people ask us what we sell, like we don't sell clothes. We sell an intangible feeling that they could rise above and they could do something different. People, like if I had to ask you to finish the statement, like we started our brand with
120 shirts.
You see what I'm saying? $120, 12 t-shirts.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know that message straight like that, and you resonate with that so much more than me just saying, I got on a screen printed t-shirt. Like you don't buy it because it's a screen printed t-shirt. You buy it because like you seen us start from 12 t-shirts and create a multi-million-dollar brand. So before you get to Facebook ads, I feel like what your social media gotta do, especially what your website gotta do, it gotta be able to explain what multiple hustle is by just going to those pages alone without you having to explain to them. Because in person, you like any new brand that's just getting started, I don't care what nobody say, you gonna make the most sales in person. Period. Like you can make $10,000 by just going to pop up every day. Like, and most brand owners think that they really could get online and just start running Facebook ads and that go. But it don't work like that no more because COVID is over with. So people are outside. Like people are going to new restaurants. People are going shop with new companies. People are going to the mall. People are going to outlet malls. Like we back outside. So in order to make sales without ads, in order to make sales to strangers, because if you can't sell to a stranger, then you can't have a multi-million-dollar brand, right? You got to start getting in person. And the main way you're going to be able to continuously make online sales is what? Emails and phone numbers. And it starts with the in-person customers. So like, even with this collection, did you send out like an email and a text to all of your old customers or what?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so like you probably got you some online sales right away from those customers that already been supporting you. So like I do believe in Facebook ads and we run Facebook ads ourselves. Like we run them every day. I probably don't remember the last time that we just never ran ads ever. Like we still run the ads today, even if it's $25 a day. Okay. Just to just keep everything going. But what you gotta do is, the reason why it's probably not making sales isn't because it's you setting it up the wrong way or it's a specific strategy that you got to set it up. It's something about your website that's not allowing them to convert. Like, can they see the quality of your product through the website? Is your shipping too expensive? Do they know when they're going to get the product? Do you explain these things to them easily without you actually having to explain it to them yourself? Yeah. You see what I mean? So how do you communicate? Because like, and for you may think, that is right, but you gotta go find a stranger. It can't be no family, it can't be no friends. It gotta be people that completely don't know you or don't know your brand, and let them go to your website and critique it and let you know what they think about it and why would they or why wouldn't they buy from your website. And that's how you could try to work out those kinks to then start running Facebook ads to start actually converting sales.
And that's the thing, like everybody always think that like, ads gonna solve the problem, but like it's really gonna just create an even bigger problem because most people that's running ads when they first get started and they're not building that traction on the ground, they just relying on like content and ads to like get sales. They tend to burn like a lot of capital fast because if you don't have capital to keep, spending on ads to put in people's face to then allow them to see it enough times to convert, like you're gonna burn through a lot of money, then it'll just cost you to go out and like present your brand in the right way and get that audience. I'm not saying organically, but like utilizing your time as more leverage right now when you first get started than trying to utilize your capital. Because really with the capital that you have, you want to double down on more merchandise. If you could get more merchandise out there, you're going to get more orders because you're going to get more data. So instead of like wasting, $5K on Facebook ads when you're just getting started or whatever, if you don't even have the $5K to put in Facebook ads, you probably don't even do it right now when you first getting started.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when you first getting started, because it's like you might as well put that $5K into merch and go get 1,000 tees, and now you could take that 1,000 t-shirts and you could go out and sell it and probably acquire 250, 750 emails or text messages. Now you can use that same data that you spent with the shirts to start remarketing with emails and texts, and it's going to be a little bit more affordable than just going out and get those Facebook ads. And now you could use that money to reinvest back into your business. But when you're ready to ads is a real, enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't even have a fulfillment system yet, what you need ads for? Because it's like, okay, let's just say you start running ads and you get 100 orders today. Like if you have an issue within your fulfillment system, now you might not get those customers again. So I'd rather solve the problem of making sure my product right and my delivery is right, so that way when I am ready to scale up, it's just a whole lot more easier. So you really want to focus on that foundational part and just keep putting people in your database right now, because that's going to be the most affordable way to attract the customer and keep using that data.
Yeah, ads just amplify everything that's already working. So like what Marlon's saying, like spending $100 a day really not gonna move the needle for you. Like spending $100 a day on ads not really gonna, and that's $3K in a month, and that really don't move the needle for you. You may get to like 6,000, 7,000 in sales, but like my guy from Eurovica Tory, like you met Tory before.
Yeah.
Tory started out the gate running $5,000-$6,000 worth of ads in a month, and I think he only hitting 8,000 in sales, and he breaking even just to get the data. So like, and that's the way he started. But now he like, man, I got to go back to the drawing board, because I'm really, like Marlon said, I'm burning through a lot of money, like, and I'm not really seeing my profit right now. But it's like, you could really go like do pop-ups, save up a lot of money, and reinvest back into the brand, so you could bring your cost of goods down. And then that's the money that you use to invest. Because some people paying like $10, $12 per shirt.
Yeah.
$14, $15 a shirt. Bro, we pay like way less than $10 a tee. So we got room to like spend hella money on ads. You get what I'm trying to say? Because that extra money that you spending on the shirt, that's the extra money that we using on advertising.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so it's not that it's not working. It just may not be needed right now. And it's not saying that you don't do it. Don't go out there and do it. I will never tell you to stop trying. Because the thing that you want to do is you want to learn why something doesn't work, right? I always tell people I'd rather know why I fail than to be ignorant of my success. Because if you don't learn like why something don't work, and let's just say all of a sudden, let's just say you make $10 million tomorrow, you never know how you made that $10 million. You never gonna be able to make $10 million again because you don't know how you got it. But let's just say you lose $10 million, I bet you'll never lose it again. Like, cause you gonna know, you gonna learn.
Yeah.
Why the hell did I lose this? You get what I'm trying to say? So you gotta like never tell yourself that it's like not working. Always ask yourself, how can I make it work? And then that's when you're gonna start to figure out those things that you need to do to make something work in your business.
Crazy. Okay, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So another thing I want to know, how do I go about getting more followers?
Ooh, I like this one a lot right here.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Nick give you a strategy. I'm gonna give you just boosting your posts, honestly, because there's a lot of like view my profile ads. Like once your page is actually sticky enough, because I even did this on my own personal page that you can see. Like the Shade Room had posted us a while back on the Shade Room page. I literally just snapshotted it, put a nice caption in it, reposted it to my page, and then ran advertisement, boost my view my profile ads. And I had got like over 500 followers, and that post got over 200,000 likes on my personal page that only got 18,000 followers on it. So like literally just boosting the post brought brand awareness to people that already knew me or was already, hearing about my brand, and it was now able to come view my page. And because I had, great, compelling content already on my page, they were more eagerly ready to follow me. So, you know, and then from those followers, I'm now able to continue to post to now get them to move the needle onto my website, which ultimately converts them. So that's just one way that you could utilize strictly paying Instagram, because at the end of the day, no matter how many followers you got, Instagram is only going to show your content to 1% of your audience. They want you to pay for the rest of it. So if you want every person that follow you and they cousin, and they cousin to see it, you're going to have to spend some dollars with them by just boosting your post straight from Instagram.
Mm-hmm. I would say like, it's two sides of it, bro. It's the foundation part and it's the amplifying part. And meaning like, most people want to start off with the amplification of the whole thing, meaning like they just want to pay to play. Like Marlon said, they want to just pay to view my profile, they want to get the followers. But like you probably not going to get the most out of your bucks because when they come to your page, it's not sticky enough. Meaning like you don't have professional content, you don't have the story, like your story is going to kill the game. You have to be able to tell your story in the best way possible to get people to understand you quickly. Like, bro, you could go on our Instagram, you could look at all of our reels. All of our reels, we have like, not all of them, but the ones that got the most engagement, like I'm talking about like 20,000 likes, all we're doing is telling our story. You can probably find at least 5 to 10 reels that we tell the same story. Like it ain't like we come with one story one day and then we come with another story the next day. Like we started our brand with 12 t-shirts and $120. Like that's literally how we started. Is nothing else from there. So like what you want to do is get better with being able to communicate the story of multiple hustles and how can you get people to gravitate towards your message. And then from there, what you want to do is create a lot of content on sharing the same story, bro. Like just different deliveries. The same story, different deliveries. Like Marlon, we just talked about this in our last class, right? Like Apple, all right, Apple is Apple, but they got different products. Like it's still the Apple brand, but they got the iPhone, they got the Mac, but it's all the same thing. It's just inside of a different device. So what you need to do is just have the multiple hustle story, and then present it in every way possible. Video, photo. Like how can you get your message out there to the world? And then the amplifying part is go and find other pages that have similar audience as you and paying to play. You got the product, but you don't have the audience. You gotta find people who got an audience but don't have the product, right? And then you give value to them by paying them to put your product in front of their audience. And then eventually you're gonna build a multi-million-dollar brand because you're gonna have the product and you're gonna have the audience. You see what I'm saying? Sir. So like it's multiple, like the Shade Room is prime example, like Marlon said. Like they have the audience, but they don't have a physical, like they don't have a product.
Like, yeah, I get you.
You see what I'm saying? Uh-huh. So they put other people in front of the audience. That's how they get paid. Yeah. So like, but I remember and you could use this Shade Room method with smaller accounts. Like, most people think that, you know, I'm just saying the Shade Room, that's the only page out there that'll be able to put you in front of the audience. No, bro, it's so many accounts. Like, think about ESPN. It's so many other sport accounts out there, like, that post the same content. So what you want to do is you want to go find these pages that have a similar audience as you, and what you want to do is put your story in front of that audience. That's literally how you amplify what's already on your account. So with us, bro, we just like, first we got down the kind of content we want to post. And what we did was, like Mona said, we paid to play. We paid view my profile ads. It didn't really get us sales because what you talking about is followers. Mm-hmm. Followers don't equal sales.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get that.
Yeah, I get you.
It's people with millions of followers that don't make no money.
No money.
It's people with a little bit of followers that make a lot of money. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, what we're talking about right now is just followers. These are potential buyers. All right, so like all you want to do is really just get your story in front of other people. Like I'm sure you be seeing all the media. Everybody know the same stuff that's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just because all these pages are posting it. Yeah. So it's the same thing with your brand. Like how do you get all these pages to share the message of your brand? That's literally what we did.
And I get what you're saying because on on my page. Like when I started the Instagram over, like I just left the video up there of the first podcast that we did, but it was with me talking and it was me explaining the brand and motivating the people. But I noticed when we post that one got like 11,000 views by itself. So I get what you're saying, but just like find different ways to keep telling the same story. Though.
Keep telling the same story.
Yep. And I got a question for you. So how was the actual relaunch? Walk me through with that.
What
process
did you do differently?
Differently, I created more content for it than what I would usually do, because normally I would do the mock-ups and just post it. But for this time around, I just went out and we created more content. We just brought something different to the table than what people normally see from Multiple Hustles.
Okay.
So like we did videos, we did a photo shoot. We we did all type of little commercials, and we did boost the posts and stuff like that to get more people. And then I explained the revamp. I did a video letting people know why I was starting Multiple Hustles over with my mom passing and stuff like that, and that this collection was for my mom. So this time around, I went to making more content than instead of me just doing a mock-up of a t-shirt and just posting it. It's for sale now.
All right, I'm sorry I gotta interrupt this video, but if you haven't checked out our monthly workshop, you are literally missing out. We have transformed over 500 brands and minds inside of this 3-day workshop. On day one, we're gonna be covering design. We're gonna be giving you our design process to take your designs to the next level. On day two, we're gonna cover marketing. So we're gonna show you how to set up and run Facebook ads. We're gonna show you how to create content. And on day three, we're gonna give you the scale up. We're gonna give you the play on how to set up your pop-up shops, how to set up your distribution to do over $10,000 a month. You don't want to miss this. If you're ready to continue to scale your brand, literally all I need you to do is click the link in the description. It won't take long, and we'll go ahead and see you in that workshop. Let's get back into the video.
Like how many units do you have of your merch, just in general?
In general, for the
You sold out yet?
Yeah, for the butterfly collection, I sold out.
And so like what are you currently doing? Like how did that drop do?
That drop did, cause I've been and this another thing I've been doing this time around, like how you've been saying with the QuickBooks and stuff like that. I actually been writing down. I just got to plug it in, but I just been writing down like the sales that's been coming through. So I had started off with 50 units of the shorts and sold all the shorts. So I would say this time around for that collection, it made like $6,000 altogether.
Hey, that's what's up. To get back out there for your first drop, and are you getting that again, or what's the
I'm getting that drop again, because even though I sold it, I still get people that's asking for it, and I don't feel like a lot of people actually seeing it the way that I want it to be seen. So I'm cause I remember like when I first started, and with the Multiple Hustles, the original trademark logo, and this is why I used to try to tell my homeboys, they'll complain that people in the city seeing the same shirt and stuff like that, but I was like, it's bigger than the city. You want to be able to sell that shirt 10,000 times and stuff like that. So so I really want to keep pushing that collection.
Yep. And really just focusing on like the distribution of it. I know you were saying like you're doing the pop-up shops and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, like that probably, one of the best ways to continue to grow your brand right now, other than figuring out some way to really have an establishment to push the product. The only other way you could do it is to put your stuff in people's stores. So what we're saying is like, yes, your online is gonna grow. And it could be that day that you hit it big, you go, viral, and you have a big, swarm of artists to your online. But realistically, sometimes we say, put the ball in your hands. Like, I'm gonna pass you the ball. It's 5 seconds left. I need you to make a play. And that play is you getting out there and figuring out how to distribute that product in the physical world. Whether it's you controlling your distribution or you allowing, you attaching yourself to a bigger channel in a sorts of, all right, let's just say NCAA players. Was like, they have big NCAA players, but it's not likely that 7th-round pick, you know why he become big? Because he got drafted to the NFL. And if he make it to the NFL, it don't matter if he was the Mr. Irrelevant. We saw he went to the Super Bowl. You still, have a name for yourself because you attached yourself with that. So similar to if Multiple Hustles attached itself to Urban Outfitters. Now let's just say you got to be coming to 500 Urban Outfitters. You're gonna have a big brand and you're gonna be successful just off of that one deal. All right, but if that's not the case and that's not the lane that you wanna go, you have to figure out how to distribute that product in the real world too. It's not just about, online. Like you can think about the biggest brands that's online. When we think about Supreme, we think about ordering on Thursday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
But guess what? Supreme got stores too. And guess what they do? They got a resale market. So even after you buy it, people selling it on the streets. So their brand is still big on the streets, even though you buying it online. You still go to resale stores to find that stuff and buy it for a higher price. So you're gonna have to figure out that physical distribution strategy and what you're gonna stick with and what you're gonna work towards. Because if it's getting into those stores, I recommend going to Magic. If you don't have a booth at the Magic trade show, then you're not putting yourself in the best position. And then if it's vice versa, if you're not doing Atlanta streetwear market, then you're not putting yourself in the best position because that's where your customers are gonna be and where you're gonna be able to build your brand. So you really need to think about like, how do I really wanna distribute my product? Online is a 24-hour store. But besides that, how do you get that name out there? And that's some of the challenges that a lot of brands, when first starting off, have. And that's the challenge that you really need to think about. Like, what lane do I want to be in?
But we had, like, just this past weekend, bro, we did an online drop on Friday. Plus we were selling at Essence Fest on Friday. Plus we still got a kiosk in Monroe. So like we got three different distribution ways basically. We got that mall that's selling product, we got Essence Fest we selling product, and we selling product online. And we put ourselves in position to do that. Like that's not like we went to a store. That's not us going to nobody telling them like, we need your help doing this. That's us as entrepreneurs putting our brand in the best position. So like even with like, whenever you figure out the Facebook ads, they ain't gonna stop you from, like if you could be selling in person, why your ads going crazy? Now we talk. Because you could be making $6,000 in person and you could be making $6,000 online. Now that's a $12,000 brand. You see what I mean? So like our brand, like bro, we had 3 kiosks at one time. Each kiosk was bringing in $15,000 to $20,000 a month.
Yep.
That's just from the kiosks though. So like we almost at $100,000 a month just from having those 3 locations at that time. So like we ain't go from, $5,000 to $100,000 a month by doing Facebook ads. Like we went from $5,000 a month to $100,000 a month by having 3 locations distributing our product and doing Facebook ads. So, you get what I'm trying to say? So the locations was bringing in 60. All we had to do was bring in 40 from the ads. And it's crazy because I met somebody at Essence Fest and they said, bro, I remember when I first bought from y'all at Essence Fest and at the kiosk. And now I'm just shopping with y'all online. So a lot of people think that they gonna meet their first online customers by running ads, but you gonna really meet your real customers in real life.
Yep.
Like those are the people that's gonna spend $15,000 with you in 3 years. You get what I'm trying to say? So you gotta start, like I remember when somebody had told me this and I promise I didn't understand what they were saying. But it's like you really gotta start in your little bubble and that bubble just gonna keep on getting larger and larger and larger. And when they said that, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to make $10,000 a month. Like we was making probably $1,000 a month when Brandon and Amy had told us that day. I'm like, I'm just trying to just make $10,000 a month. This is not making no sense to me. But now when I go back and I look at that conversation, I get what they were saying. Like you really got to take your first customer and treat them put them the highest level possible. The next customer do the same. Next customer do the same. Next customer do the same. And then from there, those 4 customers gonna turn into 8, 16, 32, 64. You see what I'm trying to say? It's gonna keep doubling up, and you gotta just keep doubling down, and don't lose sight of your true mission. Everybody who come, like, sell them that same shirt.
I was just about to
Same
say
shirt, sell them the same thing. Cause what people gonna do to you, I'm gonna tell you what people gonna do to you, and this is why a lot of brands fail, because they gonna try to run your company for you. They gonna tell you what you should be doing, and they not the one that's putting up the money.
Or inside of the company.
Or they not the one that's running the company.
Look at no data.
They not going to sleep with your problems at night. So like you gotta be mindful of the decisions that you make for your company from like your information and your knowledge based on what you learned from the company. Like I can't let my brother just come and say, man, drop yellow shirts. When I probably dropped yellow shirts, 2 months ago, and yellow set on the shelf. You get what I'm trying to say? So your friends is gonna tell you, like I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna have people that's gonna tell you, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. And it's like, you gotta know your business more than anybody. Like I can only give you advice on the information that you asked, on the question that you're asking me, based on what we have done. Now I'm not gonna give you advice on something that I never did before. I'll be wrong for that. But like, I'm never gonna come in and I'm gonna say, hey, stop everything you're doing and do this. Like, nah, just build on top of what you already created.
And I say, just adding on to what Nick's saying, building on with impact over income. Because when you focus on impact over income, you're going to get income because you're going to impact so many people. And what I mean by that is like, you need to now attach your Multiple Hustles brand with other brands so that way people can understand what your brand is all about. So it's like challenging you to just an idea, where it's going to schools and showing kids how to now have multiple hustles, whether that's bringing in, you use your resources. Like, you know high level entrepreneurs like us, you have maybe like Travis, and now you bring them into the school system with you, that you put on, you orchestrated this, and we coming behind you, and now we teaching about brand. Travis teaching about the music industry, and now you able to give kids another lane to create multiple hustles for themselves, and that's what's gonna give your brand meaning, which is ultimately gonna see people like, dang, his brand is really making an impact in the world. How can I support him with income? Or how can I support him with an investment? So when you come from the mindset of you want impact over income is going to find its way to people that's making impact in the world. And that's the reason why we do these podcasts right here, is so that we can continue to, go forward and reach back. It's the same thing. And that's the reason why people are tuned into the podcast, people trusting in their brand, trusting in their vision, because we are, putting that impact in the world. We literally impacting them by, we figured out it was a lack of, information within this space. And a lot of people in general feel stagnant or trapped. And so we realized that to break the feeling of feeling stagnant or trapped, you need information and guidance. And so that was how we created the actual meaning behind our brand, and how we knew what we needed to do, whether that was from going out to the schools and playing basketball with the kids, to starting a scholarship fund through selling t-shirts and having people buy merchandise, to even starting this YouTube channel where we're teaching other brand owners how to do or skip some of the same mistakes that we made coming up. So we are creating an impact in everybody's life that's watching this video, because we helping them get from point A to point B. And so you know what they do sometimes? They say, dang, I just watched this video and I know they got that workshop coming up. I need to be in them. I need to be able to pay to go and get this information. I know they got the mentorship program. They already impacted my life so much. I need to pay so I could be in the room. Or is it simple as hey, I see they got $4.99 tees, $9.99 tees. Let me grab a shirt so I can represent, because I know that I want to continue to trust in my vision. But that all of this happening, and why people watching this podcast right now is because we made an impact on them in some type of way.
Bro, we had somebody tell us, like, we gave them so much information, like on YouTube, where they felt like they have to give us some money. I have to pay you something, because we didn't put out so much information to them
that they made money with.
And they like, bro, I gotta pay you something. Like, so like, and that's what go back to just the beginning. like you really gotta embody multiple hustles. Like when you say multiple hustles, like you should be showing everybody how to have multiple hustles. You get what I mean? And like you said, it could be multiple things, but how can you teach them and like put on through your brand to allow other people to create those multiple hustles just like you did?
So my next question, like after you do a drop, is there a time frame for when you do your next drop?
It's so many ways to answer this question, but I'm gonna answer it in two different ways. So first thing is, if you just getting started, like we've been in the game, but if you haven't sold over 1,000 shirts of one design, or I'm really gonna say 5,000 shirts of one design, I will stick to one design and sell 5,000 shirts. Like the only reason why like we do drops back to back like every Friday, because we have an audience already. Like it's no sense of doing drops if you necessarily don't have an audience. Like even with, like we sometimes don't even restock certain items because we just want it to sell out, because we got an audience now that's the same people who buy over and over and over again. So like if you don't have a big enough audience that you could sell out your drop every single week, I wouldn't even drop every single week. The goal is to do exactly what you're trying to do. It's like get as many shirts as you could get, sell those shirts in person, all the shirts you left with, start running ads to get them shirts going. But you really want to get you want people to be like, man, I'm seeing this everywhere. You want people to get aggravated by seeing this shirt everywhere, because at the end of the day, that's branding. Bro, I'm sure if we look around the room, it's not just you gonna have on a Nike check. Like, I bet when you walk out of this house and you go into the world and you go to a restaurant, you're gonna see more Nike checks. You're gonna see a Nike check on a shirt, a Nike check on some shorts, a Nike check on some shoes. You can't miss it. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
like that is a worldwide brand. So like you want to think about your brand just like that. Like we not competing with each other.
Yep.
We competing with the big boys. We trying to get on Nike, Adidas level. You get what I mean?
Facts.
So if you can't walk out this house and see a multiple hustle shirt, you still got work to do. If we don't walk out of here and see a WRLDINVSN shirt, we got work to do. You get what I mean? And that's how we think in every single way. I would say like, try to build up your email and your text list before you get to doing drops every week, like every week. I would say definitely like have your staple tees, like that you could, like your evergreen products. Those products where you could always keep on your website that you just restocking. And then definitely, have some new items here and there, but it's not a rush. Like you got time to do this. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like you want this brand to live on forever. So like you gonna have a time where it's gonna be 200,000 people that's gonna be following you, that's gonna be waiting on the drop.
Yep.
You get what I mean? But if you ain't got no audience to do a drop to, it's like it don't really make sense. Like you trying to get to that level to where you can start running on Facebook ads. But how you gonna run Facebook ads if you doing a drop every week and we only got 50 items? Right now, we can't run no ads because everything that we drop is gone. What am I gonna run ads for? Like, what's the point? We trying to figure out how can we get 5,000 of one T. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, just so I can run ads to get new customers. Like, bro, those last shirts we got, it was just the WRLDINVSN.
The ones that y'all took to Essen Fest?
That we just,
okay.
Bro, we bought 4,500 shirts. 4,500. We still ain't get to run Facebook ads on them yet because we already sold through half at Essence.
That's a blessing.
You get what I'm saying? So you want to get a lot of units, so then when you start running ads, you can scale your ads, and it's not like you only can run $5 a day, $10 a day, bro. You trying to run, like, the goal is to try to run $5,000 in ads a day. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's you only can make what you put in. So if I tell you that you only could get a return on your ad spend 3 times. So if you put up 10, you only gonna make 30, but you trying to make $100K a month. That means you got to put up $30,000 in ads. But if you ain't got $100,000 of product, there's no point of running 30. Like, you're not gonna make your money back.
Yep.
So like the goal is to try to like get one item that you could build your audience off. It's all about customer acquisition. How can you acquire customers? How can you put people in your email list? How can you put people in your text list? Like, yes, you could look at WRLDINVSN and say, that's what I want to do. but we didn't build our brand off doing drops every Friday.
Yep. You got to do what we did, not what we do. And that's what a lot of brands do. They look at these
what we doing now.
They look at, they look at what everybody else doing, but they not like, we were popping up 2-3 times a week. We was at all the pop-up shop, all the colleges in the South popping up on the college campus, getting that data. And so when we started running Facebook ads, our audience had already saw us. They already seen us doing pop-ups. They already seen people wearing it. So it was easier for our ads to convert because people were already familiar with it. Like today, people just want to start a brand and already just start running those ads. So like, that's why I'm challenging, like, figure out that in-person distribution strategy and use your online as enhancement, because that's the 24-hour store. That allow you to make sales when you sleep. But you got to go to work when you up. And a lot of people not working for their brand and not realizing that they are, the main source of why they're not seeing those sales inside of their brand. Like, I got a challenge. Like, you should at least be doing 1,000 a week yourself. Just yourself with, shirts being in you should be telling everybody you meet about your brand. Every time we go to a restaurant or something, we like, we asking people what they do so that way we could get them to ask us what we do so that way we could explain our brand to them. Like, everywhere we go, we trying to promote ourselves, because you never know like who you gonna meet. You never know what opportunities you gonna have. And even going meet people that you wanna meet. Like, us doing that God is Dope video was just off a simple fact of us knowing that his store was on Edgewood. We was already on Edgewood. So Nick walked in the store and intentionally, wanted to meet him. Not like, oh, hey, this is one of my favorite brands, but you just sitting back and not putting yourself in position to get these opportunities. So that's like the main thing. Like, people have to think about when they starting their brand. Like, you gotta challenge yourself. How bad do you really want it? Like, people will literally be sitting up, like, looking at the merchandise in their house and thinking like, why they brand not moving? Is because they not moving. It's like the product is right behind you. Go get it, put it in your bag, tell everybody that you meet about it, get it off, and start selling and gather that data. Like, if you don't do that, it's gonna be hard for you.
Like, and I was gonna say, like, today, like, did you see like an ad from WRLDINVSN on your timeline? Probably not, right?
No.
Probably not. All right, but you remember that time when you came through the podcast with us?
Yep.
At that time, you probably seen an ad every day.
Yeah, I did.
Like, it was a time in your life where you couldn't get away from a WRLDINVSN ad.
Yes.
And you know why? It's because we was buying 3,000 units of every design we was getting. Right now, we selling out of everything that we dropped because we just using our internal database that we built off that.
That's a blessing.
You see what I'm saying? Yes. So like, we was getting those 3,000 items every time of that one design because we had to acquire customers. Like, we had to run those ads to acquire as many customers as we can. And now we can use all that data that we built over the years to sell out of these drops. You see what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So that one, you gotta find that one, like, bro, you can make a 6-figure store of one item on your site for a whole year. Like, you could literally make $100,000 of one design. Like, it's not many designs that you need. You just gotta find that one that's ringing up the hook. All right, this the one, 3,000 tees. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna be easy. And it is gonna be very, very like tough for you to click that button to order 3,000 shirts. I'm like, Ma, you sure you want to order 3,000 shirts? I mean, we gonna get it or we ain't. Like, and he was more the one that was like a risk taker. I'm more like a play it safe. I'm more like,
well, that's how I am. I'm more of a risk taker.
Yeah, like I'm saying, if we want to be Nike, we gotta sell.
Yep. You gotta sell units.
We gotta sell 100 million plus units. If we gonna keep playing with 10, 12, we not gonna get the ball rolling quick enough. You get what I mean? So like, we had to, bro. We went to the print shop. We said, I want how many shirts I gotta order to get the cheapest cost possible? They said you gotta order 3,000 units. That's gonna be the lowest I could go. Once you reach 3,000 units, this how much I'm gonna print it for. Now, if you go over if you try to get 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, it's still gonna be this cost of this 3,000. Yep. So we like, all right, cool, 3,000 units. We gonna get all one color print, everything. This how we gonna move it, just like this. And that's exactly how we did it, bro.
Crazy.
That's exactly how we did it after.
Because I remember, you know, before y'all guys got on God Is Dope first one, I remember like watching him from the beginning and how he ordered 5,000 tees and flooded the streets of Atlanta with it. And it just took off from there. So I get what you're saying.
Exactly. I think he said he put up, I think it was like 25,000 for 5,000 tees. He said that he did 12.5 cash, I think, and then 12.5
on his credit card. Yeah, 12.5 on the credit his card. Goal was he knew he had to pay that credit card.
Yeah, 30
back.
days. Yeah. Same thing we did, bro. We put 3,000 units on, like, it wasn't a credit card, but it was our credit terms, our net terms, and like I think we had 60 days to pay that back, and that's how we got it popping, bro.
That's what's
3,000 units.
But before we get out here, I just want to say that, hey, I noticed the revamp, but we believe in multiple hustles, and we can't wait to see you continue to make that impact with your brand. And hey, get that event going, man. We a solid idea. We want to definitely be a part of that, and we need everybody that's getting their brand started that's watching this video and watched it all the way. If you made it to this point, that means you got all those gems and you are ready. If you just getting started, you're ready to get launched. And if you are having your brand, you should be realizing right now that your brand is waiting on you. It's waiting on you because you have to continue to become the entrepreneur that you need to become so that way your brand can grow. And that you need to realize that you need to continue to be in those rooms like this, having these tough conversations. Like we tell people all the time, how you want to have $1 million brand, but you don't talk to $1 million brand owners. So you have to be able to put yourself in that position to do that. So I'm challenging you, if you watching this and you haven't already jumped inside of that 3-day brand accelerator workshop, hey, you missing out. All right, we're going to have the link in the description. Go ahead on and get in that workshop because we want to help you continue to grow your brand, continue to scale your brand. All right.
Hey, where can they find you at, William? Tell them.
You can find me on Instagram at Multiple Hustles Co. And also for anybody out there that's trying to start a brand, if you need prints or anything done, don't hesitate to hit me in the DM or you can call me personally at 561-506-7826.
Okay, now if your phone start blowing up, don't call me telling me to delete this part of the video. All right.
I'm Marlon Watts. I'm co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Clark, co-owner and designer of WRLDINVSN. And we out.